Jai Hind to all. This subject is analog circuit, and in the previous lectures we were discussing about the topics of unit 1. So in same continuation with the topics of unit 1, in this video I will be discussing about the small signal model of bipolar junction transistor. So what is a small signal model? It is a model to use bipolar junction transistor that we can use to find the AC response of BJT amplifiers. So what is a small signal? The input signal that can keep the transistor to on mode in such a way that we get a linear response that is not distorted. So we want the BJT amplifier AC analysis. For that we need transistor modeling, and for the small signal we need a small signal analysis. We will have the modeling of transistor, so that the small signal we define that keeps the transistor in linear region, that provides a sufficient processing of the circuit. So we have two type of models to model the transistor for AC analysis. One is RE model and another one is hybrid equivalent model, that is also called as H parameter model. So how the amplification is done? We know that whatever we have applied at the input, that is the input power and the output power. So the output power cannot exceed the level of the input power, that the maximum value that we are getting at the output cannot go beyond the maximum value of the input voltage. So efficiency that we see is P naught AC, that is input, and output, and P in of DC. So how this amplification is done? For that we have a control mechanism. This circuit is defining that having the DC source of E and a control mechanism. So what happens that with the AC signal we have a DC signal. So in this control mechanism is in such a way that a relatively small signal to the control mechanism can result in a large oscillation in the output. So for the system that is shown in the figure, the peak value of the oscillation is controlled by establishing the DC level. Whenever the peak level goes beyond a defined level, then this DC level makes that oscillation to the limit of the defined values. So if it is indeed fortunate that transistor small signal amplifier can consider linear for most applications, permitting the use of the superposition theorem to isolate the DC analysis from the AC analysis. So for the analysis, what we need first, as we are dealing with the AC analysis, so we will remove the DC sources. Coupling and bypass capacitors can be short circuited, and the effect of these capacitor is to set a lower cutoff frequency for the circuit. Then we will inspect and analyze the circuit by replacing the BJT with its small signal model. That two models, RE model or hybrid model. So we will replace BJT with these two models, and then we will analyze the circuit, and we can solve the equations, we can solve to get the different values by using different theorems that we know. This is a amplifier circuit having two resistances R1, R2, and in the collector we have resistance RC and RE. Now we will see that how we can draw its AC equivalent circuit. So as per the previous discussion, we need to set the supply to the zero potential. Input coupling capacitor will be short circuited, and the bypass capacitor that will be short circuited. This C2 capacitor that will also be short circuited. So all the capacitor that we will be making short circuited, and the supply will be grounded. So by doing so we can convert it to its AC equivalent circuit. The configuration is named as voltage divider configuration, and we are going to do its AC analysis. Its DC analysis I have discussed in previous videos when I was discussing about the biasing of the circuits while doing the DC analysis. So, how we can redraw this circuit after removing, or we can say applying all these steps to this circuit. So, the circuit will look like this. All the capacitors, this C1 you can see here, it is short circuited, C2 is also short circuited, C3 is short circuited. So, when we short circuit this C3 capacitor, then this RE will be short circuited across this line. So, here we do not have that RE resistance, here we have the direct connection of emitter loop, and the VCC that we have made ground, that is connected to ground potential. So, this is the equivalent circuit after applying all the steps that we have seen for making the AC equivalent of any circuit. Now, what we need to do is, at the final step, we will replace this transistor with its small signal model. So, this small signal model can be RE model, or we can have hybrid parameter model. So, this is representing this modeling of this can be a H parameter model or a RE model. So, by both we can replace this circuit. Now, this circuit is redrawn for a small signal analysis. So, this is the same circuit with some changes. This R1 and R2 here are connected in parallel. So, its equivalent here connected as R1 plus R1 parallel to R2. Now, this RS was connected to the base terminal, this is the base. So, here it is connected to the base through the voltage source Vs. At the collector side, we have collector resistance, and that was connected to ground. So, from the collector we have RC resistance that is connected to ground, and output we were taking from this collector to ground. So, that we are taking from collector to ground. So, that this circuit is the equivalent circuit that we can use for the small signal AC analysis of bipolar junction transistor circuits. So, in the previous one, what is now required? We need this model. The remaining circuit is there. Now, we need this model of transistor, and we will replace this block with the model of transistor. Then our circuit will be complete, and we can analyze the circuit by using mathematical equations. So, the key to transistor small signal analysis is to use its equivalent circuit, and that equivalent circuit that we name as model. So, what is a model? A model is a combination of circuit element properly chosen that best approximate the actual behavior of the device under specific operating conditions. So, when once we have an AC equivalent circuit, then its symbol will be, the symbol of transistor will be replaced by its small signal model. Then we can apply different analysis such as mesh, nodal, and different theorems like Thevenin theorem that we can apply to the system to get or to calculate different parameters of the circuit. The two model that we have already discussed, that we have two models, RE model and hybrid equivalent model. So, there are advantages of these models as well as disadvantages. So, we can do AC analysis by using these models having some disadvantages. The RE model that fails to account the output impedance level of the device and feedback effect from the output to input, and in the hybrid equivalent model it is limited to a specific operating condition in order to obtain the accurate results. So these are the limitation with the two models. Before going to the analysis or implementation of the model, we first know that what are the different important parameters for the analysis of the circuit. So these are the parameters that are important to analyze the response of the circuit. So first we will see that how we can find all these parameters: input impedance Zi, output impedance Z0, voltage gain AV and current gain AI. For this, here I have taken a two port system that is having input voltage as Vin, input current as I suffix I, and Zi is the input impedance. From the output side we can see the output current, that I0, impedance is Z0 and voltage is V0. So that we need to find the value of Zi, that is the input impedance that we are seeing from the input side, output impedance that is from the output side, and we can find voltage gain and current gain by calculating the output voltage and input voltage and the output current and input current. That all we will see one by one. So determining the input impedance Z1, this is the two port system in which this is the source potential. Here a resistance R sense is connected so that we can have a determined value of the current. So Z, we know that resistance, or seeing from the input side, will be the ratio of V and I. So that we can define as V input divided by I input. The current I, that is V by R. So here voltage we have, here the voltage is V in. So the current will be Vs minus V in divided by the sense resistance, and the sense resistance is implemented here to have a defined value of the current R. So the input impedance of the transistor, that can be approximately determined using DC biasing, because it does not simply change when the magnitude of the applied AC signal is changing, that is having a fixed value for DC and the AC as well. So this is an example to show or to demonstrate the effect of input impedance on the circuit. So here a source resistance of 600 ohm is connected. So if we do not have this source resistance, or this is an ideal source, that source resistance is 0 ohm, then this complete 10 millivolt that we have applied from the source input will be applied to the system. Now if we have a source resistance of 600 ohm, then V input will be Zi Vs upon Zi plus R source. So that will be 6.6 millivolts appearing to the system. So that is defining that how we can control the voltage and the current that we require at the system by applying this source resistance. Output impedance, that is of order of few ohms for this. So the output impedance that for an amplifier is determined from the output terminal looking back into the system with the applied signal set to 0. The signal that we have applied at the input, that we set to 0, then we see from the output node, and what impedance that is visible from the output, that we can see from the output, is the output impedance of the system. So this is our two port network that we have taken for the analysis. So here the source voltage has been set to 0 volts. Now to find the Z0, we will look from output side to find the output impedance. So the output current we have V by R, and the voltage V is this voltage source and the voltage that was at output node. So, V minus V naught upon R sense. So, Z naught we can get by V naught upon I naught. So, for an amplifier circuit with the condition that if R naught is very greater than the load resistance, then IL should be greater than IR naught, then we have Z naught greater than ZL. So, Z naught becomes open circuited. So, this is an example with some numerical value. Here V naught is given as 680 millivolts and this V is taken as 1 volts. R sense is 20 kilo ohm. So, what will be the value of this output impedance? I naught, first we will calculate I naught. I naught we have 1 minus 680 upon 20, so that we get as 16 microampere. So, taking the ratio of V naught upon I naught, we get Z naught as 42.5 kilo ohm. The next important parameter is voltage gain. Voltage gain is the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage. So, to find the voltage gain of the system, we need the value of output voltage and input voltage. So, the amplifier can amplify current, voltage and power. So, from the small signal AC voltage gain, we can determine this value of voltage gain. So, with this network, we can write V naught upon V1 when RL is equal to infinite, that is load resistance is not there, it is open circuited, and with the source resistance we have this as V output upon V source. So, this is the difference with the source resistance. We have V naught upon Vs, with the no load condition we have V naught upon V input, and this V naught upon Vs we can write it Zi upon Zi plus Rs and AV no load. By replacing this value of source and V naught and utilizing this expression, we get this expression in terms of input resistance and source resistance. For the BJT amplifier circuit, it is asked to calculate these values. So, all these we have seen, we can directly put the known values into the formula to get the final value. So, V input, I input, so A V NL, that is VO upon VI. So, VI we can have V naught upon AV no load, that is voltage gain with no load. So, we can put the values here. The voltage gain with no load is given as 320. So, putting the values, VO is also given, we get V input as 24 millivolts. Input current, we have Vs minus Vi upon Rs. So, all the values are known, we can calculate this input current. Z input is V input upon I input, that we have already discussed. Putting the values, we get the numerical value of the input impedance as 1.8 kilo ohm. Then we need to calculate this 4 parameter, that is voltage gain with source. So, voltage gain with source, we have seen that it is Zi upon Zi plus Rs multiplied by voltage gain with no load. So, all these values of these parameters are known. So, putting all these value, we find that AV with source is 192. The next parameter is current gain. Current gain, as it is gain. So, current gain, we have the ratio of output current to the input current. So, current gain we define as IO upon I in. when at the input side the current flowing is II and voltage at the input side is V input. At the output side we have load resistance RL and the current at the output is I naught. So this I naught we can further write in terms of voltage and resistance as V naught upon RL with a negative sign because this current is inwards, and II we can write as VI upon ZI. So we get this, simplifying we get as minus V naught ZI upon VI into RL. So the current gain we can, this VO and VI, this is the voltage gain AV. So replacing this with AV, we can write this current gain as minus of AV ZI upon RL. Output current, that we know we can write as output voltage upon load resistance, and this negative sign is showing the direction of the current. Phase relationship between the input and output sinusoidal signal is very important for the practical reasons. So for the transistor amplifiers at the frequency that permits ignoring the effect of relative elements, the input and output signals are either at either 180 degree out of phase or in phase with the signal. So for the different configurations, this is the phase of the signal. For common emitter we have 180 degree, common base and common collector we have 0 degree of phase relationships. Now coming to the RE transistor model, so that we can use for the AC analysis of BJT amplifier. So how we can draw the RE transistor model? By employing a diode and a current controlled source to duplicate the behavior of transistor. As we have studied that BJT amplifier is referred as current controlled device. So utilizing its features, we will try to model this BJT transistor into its equivalent model. So first we will see with the common base configuration. So we will see that what will be the RE model for common base configuration and how we can draw equivalent circuit by using RE model of BJT transistor. This is a BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor, connected in common base configuration. This is the base terminal, that is common, and here we have emitter and collector. So this is a common base PNP configuration. We will see that how we can draw its RE equivalent model. So here we can see that input side is replaced by a diode, and at the output side we have a current controlled current source. This is RE model for PNP common base configuration. How this representation is done? Because at the output side, from the analysis of BJT, we know that the output current is dependent upon the input current. So that output current, that is collector current, is dependent upon the emitter current, that is the emitter current. So that output current is represented as alpha times IE. At the input side, we know that for the amplification, to keep the transistor in active region, the input side is kept in active mode, so that we can have the proper operation of the circuit. So that we can replace with the diode, so that represents that when it is forward bias, it will allow the flow of current. So that is the equivalent representation, that is RE model of PNP transistor for common base configuration. Further, what we can do is that this can be represented as a resistance. So this is the final RE equivalent circuit for a bipolar junction transistor. So wherever we want a BJT, so this BJT can be replaced by this model for the AC analysis. Here we have RE resistance, and this is the output current that is dependent upon the input current, alpha times of the input current, and here base is common. So this is the common base RE equivalent circuit of bipolar junction transistor. So here we can see the input is isolated from the output. So the input resistance can be defined as this Zi is equal to Re due to the isolation of output from the input. The value of this Re is 26 millivolts upon IE DC. This IE is the DC level of the emitter current. So the value of this resistance Re we can calculate by dividing this 26 millivolts by IE, that is emitter current DC value. Now we will see different parameters of this common base configuration. So the common base configuration input impedance we have seen, and its value ranges from about up to 50 ohm. What will be the output impedance of this? For the output impedance we need to set the input signal to 0, then IE will be 0 ampere, and as IC is dependent upon IE, alpha time IE, so IC will also be 0 and it will be open circuited. So Z0 will be infinite, and practically we have a value of order of mega ohms. This is the characteristics of common base configurations, and slope of the line is 1 upon R0. So in general the common base configuration, the input impedance is relatively smaller and output impedance is quite high. Here we are going to calculate the voltage gain for BJT common base configuration using RE model. So that is shown in the green colored box is the RE equivalent circuit of BJT common base transistor amplifier. So current voltage gain we have seen, it is the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage. So first we calculate output voltage, then we find input voltage, and taking the ratio we can get the voltage gain of this configuration. So output voltage will be output current multiplied the output resistance, that is load resistance, and with the direction we have this negative sign. So here from this current source of this amplifier model, this IC is alpha times IE, and this IC and I0 are having opposite direction. So I0 RL can be replaced by minus of IC due to its opposite sign. So from here we get as plus alpha IC into RL, and this IC we can put the value this alpha IE. So V out we get as alpha IE into RL. V input is the input voltage, that is multiplication of input current to the input impedance. So input impedance we have seen for this configuration is Re. So we get V input as IE into Re. So voltage gain will be by taking the ratio of these two values, alpha IE RL, this value divided by IE. Re will be the voltage gain for this BJT common base transistor amplifier, and this further we can write as this IE from the numerator and IE from the denominator will get cancel out, and we get it as alpha RL upon RE. So taking the value of alpha, now finding the current gain I naught upon II for the common base configuration. So the current gain I naught upon II, output current is minus of IC, so that is placed here, minus IC upon IE, that is the input current, and IC is alpha times IE. So IE will get cancelled out from numerator and denominator, and we get this AI current gain as minus alpha, and the value of that alpha is 1. So we get minus 1 here. This is one of the numerical example for common base configuration. So in this, it is some values are given and it is asked to calculate input impedance, output impedance, current gain, voltage gain, and voltage gain we need to find for load resistance of 0.56 kilo ohm. So this is common base R equivalent circuit. So we know that Zi is Re and the Re is 26 millivolts upon IE. So putting the values, IE here is given as 4 milliampere and alpha is given as 0.98. So putting these value, we can get this Z input as 6.5 ohm. Voltage gain we have calculated as alpha RL upon RE, and we have taken here, if we take this alpha as 1, this will be RL upon RE, but here with this numerical problem it is given that alpha is 0.98. So we get, by putting the alpha value 0.98 as 84.43. Output resistance is infinite and the current gain is ratio of I naught upon I in minus alpha, and alpha value is given as 0.98, so it will be minus 0.98. The common emitter configuration. For the common emitter configuration, the things will be a bit different as compared to the common base configurations. In the common emitter configuration, at the input side we have base emitter terminal and at the output side we have collector emitter terminal. So this is a common emitter BJT configuration, in which this emitter terminal is made common between the input and the output. So we will see that how we can draw its R equivalent model. So input side will be replaced by this diode and output is still now dependent upon the input current, but the value of that is different. In the previous one we were having the output current dependence on IE. Now this IC is dependent upon this input current IB. So here I have written as IC beta times IB. So Z input is V input upon I input. So V input is V of this base emitter terminal, that is IERE, that we can write as beta IB into RE. So substituting this value, we get Z input as VBE upon IB, that is beta IB RE upon IB. Z input is this IB will get cancelled out, we get as beta RE. So we can redraw this circuit to get the R equivalent model for common emitter configuration. So this is here, that diode has been replaced by this resistance RE, across which the voltage is VBE and the current flowing through is IE, and at the output side we have the current IC, that is beta times IB. So in this we need to find the output impedance. What will be the output impedance of this circuit? as we have calculated for previous circuits, the input source will be set to 0 and we will see the impedance from the output node, that is Z0, and here that Z0 is equal to R0. Voltage gain and the current gain of this common emitter amplifier using RE model. So, input side we have input impedance as beta RE and the output impedance is infinite. The current I0 will be IC is equal to beta IB. So, output voltage will be I0 into RL and that I0 is IC. So, we get ICRL, and putting the value of this IC as beta IB, we get this as minus beta IB into RL. The input voltage I input into Z input. So, I input and Z input we have beta RE. So, we get this V input as IB into beta RE. So, voltage gain comes out to be beta IB RL upon IB beta RE. So, some values will get cancelled out from numerator and denominator and we get this voltage gain as minus RL upon RE. Now, finding the current gain. For the current gain, we need the ratio of I0 upon I input, and that I0 is IC, I input is IB. So, IC value we have beta IB, this is suffix IB, and the ratio of IB. So, IB will get cancelled out. So, the gain we get equal to beta. So, this was all about the RE configuration for the AC analysis. In the next video, I will be discussing about the next modeling, that is H parameter model for bipolar junction transistor. Thank you.